She made a living finding other people's family secrets, but the next secret she uncovered was waiting in her own living room. Anna built her world around happy endings. From her soundproofed home studio, surrounded by top-of-the-line microphones and audio mixers, she produced The Missing Piece, a podcast that had skyrocketed to the top of the charts. Her voice, a warm and reassuring melody, had become a beacon of hope for thousands. She didn't just tell stories, she rewrote them. She pieced together fractured families, one breadcrumb at a time. Her listeners were captivated. They remembered the episode about the two sisters, separated as toddlers in the foster care system, who discovered they'd been living just 3 towns apart for 20 years. Anna's investigation had started with a faded photograph and a social worker's cryptic note. It ended with a tearful, on-air reunion that left no dry eyes among her audience. The sound of their two voices, recognizing each other after a lifetime apart, was pure magic. Then there was the case of the elderly man searching for the son he never knew he had. A brief wartime romance, a letter that never arrived, the usual ingredients for a lifetime of what-ifs. Anna had spent weeks digging through military archives and public records, finally tracking down a man in his late 50s with a distinctive family birthmark mentioned in the father's letter. Their first meeting, facilitated by Anna over a video call, was a testament to her work. The quiet gratitude in their eyes was the fuel that kept her going. These successes were her brand. Anna was meticulous, empathetic, and relentless. Her life was orderly, her career was booming, and her own family was the picture of suburban stability. Her parents, Sarah and Robert, were her biggest cheerleaders. Her mother, Sarah, a gentle, kind-hearted woman who loved gardening, would often bring her tea during long recording sessions. Her father, Robert, a retired history professor, would help with research, his academic mind a perfect foil for Anna's intuitive approach. They were the perfect family, or so she thought. The email that changed everything arrived on a Tuesday. It was from a man named Ethan. The subject line simply read, "Looking for my birth mother." The email was brief, poignant. He was born 35 years ago, in a small town called Crestwood, given up for adoption in a closed arrangement. He had no names, just a date of birth and a hospital name. He wrote that he wasn't angry, just curious. He had a good life, a loving family. But there was a void, a missing piece he hoped Anna could help him find. Something about his words resonated with Anna. It felt different, more personal. She replied, scheduling a call. On the video chat, Ethan was kind, with warm eyes that held a hint of sadness. He explained that his adoptive parents had recently passed away, leaving him with a box of old documents, including his original, non-identifying birth certificate. The birthplace, Crestwood, struck a chord with Anna. It was the sleepy little town where her own parents had grown up, where they'd met and fallen in love. A coincidence, she thought. The investigation began as it always did. Anna started with the hospital records from Crestwood General. Being a small town, access was easier than in a big city. She called in a favor with a retired nurse she'd interviewed for a previous case. The nurse, remembering Anna's kindness, agreed to discreetly look through the old paper archives. A few days later, a cryptic message came back. The records for that week are unusually sparse. One file is sealed by a court order from decades ago. Very unusual. Sealed? That was a hurdle, but not a dead end. Anna shifted her focus. She asked Ethan for any other details, no matter how small. He mentioned a small, silver locket that was left with him as a baby, tucked into his blanket. It was shaped like a star. Inside, there was a tiny, faded scrap of paper with a single word, always. A silver star locket. Anna's blood ran cold. She had seen a locket just like that before, in a dusty, forgotten jewelry box on her mother's dresser. As a child, she'd asked about it, but her mother had simply said it was an old trinket from her youth and changed the subject. Anna had never seen her wear it. She tried to push the thought away. It was impossible. A coincidence. There must be thousands of star-shaped lockets in the world. Her mother, Sarah, was the gentlest soul she knew. She was the PDA mom, the one who baked cookies for the entire neighborhood. The idea that she could harbor a secret this monumental was unthinkable. It didn't fit the narrative of Anna's life, of her perfect family. But the podcaster in her, the relentless seeker of truth, couldn't let it go. Her next step was to search the local high school yearbooks from Crestwood, from the year Ethan was born. Her father had kept all of his. She pulled the dusty volume from the shelf in his study, her hands trembling slightly. She flipped to the year her parents were seniors. And there she was, her mother, Sarah, with her bright smile and hopeful eyes. Anna scanned the group photos, the club pages. Then she saw it. In the drama club photo, Sarah was standing in the back row. She was wearing a loose-fitting dress, her hands clasped in front of her, almost protectively. Compared to photos from the beginning of the school year, she looked different. Fuller. It could have been the dress, the angle, anything. But now, seen through the lens of suspicion, it looked like a secret. The final piece of the puzzle came from an unexpected source, her father's old letters. He kept everything. In a box labeled College Days, Anna found a stack of letters he had written to a friend while he and Sarah were in their first year of university. Her hands shook as she read one dated shortly after Ethan's birthday. Robert wrote about how Sarah had been struggling, how she was distant, quiet, and seemed to be carrying a heavy burden. He wrote, "Something happened back home over the summer. She won't talk about it, but I see it in her eyes. It's like a part of her is missing. I just want to help her heal, whatever it is." Missing. The word echoed in the silent study, mocking the title of her own podcast. The missing piece. Anna felt the floor drop out from beneath her. Every happy memory, every family dinner, every shared laugh was now cast in a shadow of doubt. Her entire life, the foundation of her identity, felt like a carefully constructed lie. The podcaster who reunited families was about to shatter her own. That evening, she sat in the living room, the yearbook and the letter on the coffee table. She couldn't bring herself to start recording. This wasn't a story for her listeners. This was her life, unraveling in real time. Her parents came home from their evening walk, laughing about something a neighbor said. They looked so happy, so normal. "Anna, honey, you're home early," her mother said, her smile warm and genuine. Anna couldn't speak. She just pointed at the items on the table. Her mother's smile faltered. She looked at the yearbook, then at the letter. The color drained from her face. She looked at Anna, her eyes wide with a fear Anna had never seen before. She sank onto the sofa, her hands covering her mouth as a silent sob shook her body. Her father, Robert, rushed to Sarah's side, wrapping an arm around her. He looked at the evidence on the table, then at his daughter's heartbroken face. There were no denials, no confusion, only a profound, shared sadness that had been buried for 35 years. Anna finally found her voice, a broken whisper. "How could you? All this time, my whole life? Who are you?" Her father looked up, his own eyes glistening with unshed tears. The strong, steady man she had always known looked completely broken. He reached a hand out towards her, his voice thick with emotion. "Anna, let me explain. Thank you for watching. If this story moved you, please hit the like button, share it with someone you know, and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. We'll see you in the next one.